In this video, we will walk you through some of the craziest restaurants on the planet. All of these restaurants are very interesting to see, and you'll surely wish you had time to visit each of them at least once in your lifetime. Let's get started. Number 1. An aeroplane-themed restaurant. If you have always wanted to be on a plane but have not been able to fly, check out this restaurant. It is common knowledge that aeroplanes are for transport in the air. Well, the owner of this restaurant has challenged this fact. Now you can make your way into a plane without flying. Apart from the fact that this restaurant does not fly, it is like an aeroplane in several ways. You will not have to pay for your meals directly. It features a ticketing booth where customers pay for their meals. This booth is like the ticketing booths at airports for people traveling, and that's not all. The servers are dressed like flight attendants. The meals in this restaurant are not better than those in other restaurants, however, it is an excellent place for Instagram pictures. Number 2. Toilet-themed restaurant. It takes someone with a bizarre imagination to create a restaurant that looks like a huge restroom. You might be wrong if you think no one can have such thoughts. This restaurant is toilet-themed and, amazingly, is one you might consider gross. However, when you think about it, the food looks great. Many people might be okay with eating here even if they are uncomfortable meditating in their toilets. The menu in this restaurant has meals on toilet seats instead of on actual plates. Well, that is how far its owner was willing to go to get the weirdest customers. Number 3. A floating restaurant. This restaurant might seem normal if you have eaten in a restaurant that flies in the skies. However, things are different with this restaurant. This floating restaurant does not just serve meals in the air, but it also features a floating kitchen. Furthermore, if you want to change postures, the customers can constantly adjust their seats. Number 4. A waterfall restaurant. This restaurant is merely a couple of tables arranged at the base of a waterfall. So everyone who eats here must be comfortable eating while wet. While this restaurant is mind-blowing, every food crumb that falls off the table makes its way into the water, so if your food drops, you can't have it back. This waterfall restaurant has an auto-cleaning feature, so hygiene is not a problem. Number 5. A restaurant in the sky. To start with, you can only visit this restaurant if you have no fear of heights. As soon as everyone is seated, it moves up several feet above the ground. While we must admit that eating in this restaurant is fantastic, what happens to the tiny crumbs of food that drop when one eats? A bird might pick them up mid-air, or they could land on someone's head. This restaurant can only be open during some part of the year, as the weather has to be conducive before meals are served. Imagine having to wait for conducive weather before eating. Well, that's what you get for loving this restaurant. Number 6. A car-themed restaurant. This is not a restaurant in a car. It is simply a restaurant where your meals are delivered by car. You're mistaken if you think this restaurant is massive and has room for actual automobiles. It has miniature car tracks that come in handy in serving meals. This restaurant is beautiful, however, it has no room for servers. Also, it might not be the most hygienic as your food has to go past other people before arriving at your table. Who knows, their hair or saliva could have slight contact with your food while it makes its way to your table. Number 7. An underwater restaurant. You should know how to swim before dreaming of eating in this restaurant. Also, everyone has to eat in their swimwears. Everyone that eats in this restaurant has to sit in a capsule underwater and pay at least $100 for a meal. This underwater restaurant is fantastic, however, we are not sure what the plan for a restroom is. Number 8. Ice restaurant. This restaurant is located in Montreal and features ice tables and chairs. It is unclear how long your meal will stay warm when you eat here. However, you do not need to worry about this. You will enjoy the best of services here. This ice restaurant is not made of actual ice. It is ice themed, so you will not need to wear a winter jacket before having a meal here. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. I am sure you enjoyed every bit of it. What restaurants do you plan to visit? Let us know in the comments section below.